So just a little bit of flour. It looks like I've used about 2 parts of this to 1 part flour.
Okay.
So 2 parts powdered herb to 1 part flour, and if you add cocoa, just like a little bit for flavor, basically.
Same with, well, with cocoa, you can use the cocoa instead of flour.
Okay.
Or you could use you could use quinoa flour. It's just to help.
Just any dry flour
binding.
So you can make gluten-free pills.
In this, you just add honey. You can make gluten-free pills. You just add honey and you mix it. And you keep mixing it and keep adding honey. Hopefully I have enough honey to do 2 batches.
It's reminds me of making pancakes.
You want to mix it until it's about the consistency of bread dough.
So it is like making pancakes.
Yep.
Consistency of what?
Bread dough.
Oh, okay.
This is messy and you're going to get your fingers dirty too. So.
Oh no.
And you want to keep stirring it. See, now it's starting to get wet. So I'm starting to get it.
It's more and more sticky.
So I'm going to need to add more herbs, I think.
Oh, it actually tastes good. Yeah, I think it's
So I'm going to add more herbs because it's not thick enough.
Huh? Let's try it. This one is
See what this is.
That's it.
It's a little protein.
I'm going to add the rest of it and see. And just keep stirring it until everything gets incorporated. I forgot my wooden spoon. It's easier with a wooden spoon.
Doesn't stick as bad, or
Yep.
wooden spoons are just good for everything.
Yeah. I'm going to need more. So I'm just going to add some of this just for... Put a little too much honey in it, apparently.
I know it got like really liquidy super quick.
Yeah.
So add it slowly.
Yeah.
What is honey? What's that thing that's not a liquid or a solid?
Oh god.
A gel?
It's still a liquid, but it's, I know what you're talking about.
It's like a...
Still liquid, but there's a term to describe it. There's a term to describe what kind of liquid it is.
Can we experiment making horchata with jingmi, guizhou, and dingxiang?
Horchata?
Horchata? Because jingmi is not glutinous rice that's used in herb formulas.
Yum.
That would be
It
good.
would be good. I don't know what it would be good for. Just warming the stomach and moving things, I guess.
Yeah, warm the spleen.
Tastes delicious.
Oh, I miss being a miss for chata.
So you can make honey pills out
But
of
you don't want to drink
any
it cold
herbs.
if you want to tell her.
Any powdered herb, yep.
Right.
Wow.
So is it supposed to look like bread or
Right.
peanut
Super
butter?
honey.
It's gotta look like bread dough, so it's
Bread dough, so
still,
it's still gotta be
still
kind
too
of-
wet.
Yeah.
So go super slow with the honey.
Go super slow with the honey. Go much slower than I went.
So you have to use like the liquidy honey because most of my honey is like the raw,
A little more solid.
solid honey.
I feel like it'd be
You need
easier to
some
use
kind of
that.
liquid.
Well, like even
melt
you can
it
get that
down.
organic honey at King Supers now. That's just out of the vat, and they
Yeah.
heat it up, so it like
Oh, that's it.
it's still a little more solid than what
Starting
that
to get
is,
there.
but it comes out pretty liquid at first.
Is it a colloid?
No,
Okay.
because a colloidal suspension is like
Cooking
an oil
dough
and
or
water.
something.
Powder.
A lotion.
Oh god, yeah, it's like at the tip of my tongue. I know exactly what you're talking about.
This is
You're
something.
talking
We
about
already
sap
tried
still?
the bone net.
Like, you're talking about sap still, or what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like this. It's the quality is. It's not. It's still considered a liquid. It's like the quality of it that's.
You know what else I forgot?
Show the
Viscous.
video.
You know what else I forgot to bring is my wax paper. You're gonna want to put this on wax
Ruh-roh,
paper.
Shaggy.
Put it right on the ceramic.
Is that the consistency one, or you just
A
gave up?
little bit too
Oh.
wet still. Every time I add, it seems like it's just right.
Getting worse. He's just taking it.
Wait, you're talking about tree
So
sap?
Sunny, take home message, don't put too much honey in.
No too much honey, Sunny.
Making it more interesting for her, personalizing.
Or are you talking about honey, not sea sap? I totally looked at
It's getting there. I'm gonna add a
I
little
mean,
more
it's the same
flour.
thing, pretty much.
Oh, there's still some dry herb.
So you
on
don't
the
want
side.
this one on YouTube, is what you're saying?
It's just a game that you play. You just play with ratios. If it gets too dry, you add more honey. If it gets too wet, you add more herb or more flour or more cocoa.
Like baking.
I shouldn't have just a sip of both of these within a few minutes. I feel like I got a buzz. This is not my intention. I'm just kidding. You guys know I
Lightweight.
have a buzz, but it made me feel all warm.
What did you try?
The soy
Soja?
shaju
Oh, you did?
shangui boosh.
It's strong, really.
Yeah.
Really aromatic.
I know the swisha, I'm like, I don't know if I have an upset stomach,
Oh, you
but
had
I'm
yours
gonna
here
want to
today?
eat that.
I just had a little sip of both of them, but it's
But why'd you have it here today?
Oh, we're swisha, because
all my
Alicia had it.
Oh, you had to bring it off?
I have all my herbs.
I just have
them in a
everything.
bag,
I
so
don't
I have
know.
all mine.
just in
Yeah.
case.
What they use.
Sniff which one? This one?
Yeah.
I love the way that one smells. It's like,
I
You know
love the
how
way it
dough,
smells,
when
but
you're
it's-
starting to stir it, it starts to congeal.
get up
A little
close.
harder.
We're going in video.
So it's starting to get to that point
Oh, nice, yeah.
where it's getting nice and thick.
Like cookie dough, kind of.
Yeah, and what helps
I want some
little
now.
flour on your hands.
I made
Then you can
cookies
start
yesterday at
working.
work, and I was just like, ah.
Yeah, then you can start to work it with your hands a little bit.
Oh, God.
Add a little bit of flour at a time.
You can make like a little herb pizza crust.
That's pretty much what you
An
do.
herb pizza crust.
You just work it until you make.
Technique.
We'll put some like nice
Yeah, it's-
food
it's a
herbs
messy-
on top.
Messy process. If you're not making it for yourself, you'll want to wear gloves. 'Cause
They don't want all your skin cells in there.
It's just love. It's love and energy.
So you just keep working it in until you got a nice dough. You don't want it to be too soft because it won't hold.
They'll mush out.
Yeah, they'll stay soft. You want them to get a little bit harder, like the ones that
When did you make the ones there
a
last?
few weeks ago.
Oh, so they had a lot of time to.
But
Set.
it's not just the dough. You don't just make a dough like this. You gotta put them on a cookie sheet, on wax paper. Really, all you need to do is turn the light on in the oven. The heat from the light is enough,
Just to set
Overnight.
them.
just to help them dry out. And then once you've got this nice dough, you can see it's just like a pizza dough.
There you go, Sunny. Nice little
Once you
look
have
for
this dough, you can start to separate them out. That's cool.
Use wax
Yeah.
paper?
I use wax paper. And you just pull a little piece off, however much you want. Like I said, a standard dose for the powder is about a quarter teaspoon. This is less than a quarter teaspoon. You just round it out, set it on your wax paper. And you just do that. You can make different sizes. You could make a large one. You can eat it raw if you want. You can make a large one like a lozenge. You can make really tiny ones, like little tea pills,
So if you do the light on in the oven, how long do you keep it there?
overnight. Yep. So whatever size you want, essentially. You can make, if you want, you can add an egg and make a cookie. No, I'm just kidding.
Making some herb brownies.
So that's it.
You've done it before.
That's how you do it.
Nate.
Does anyone want to play with the herb dough?
You kind of want to taste it.
So putty.